Hi guys, welcome to my video. Today I'm going to show you how I made a Mardi Gras wreath. Now, if you can see, this is a little guy. He is a little jester, I guess, or if you want to call him an elf. Now he has a little saxophone in his hand, and I had to put those in. And there's a necklace I put, and I put the coins around it. And I don't know if you can see the little baby that they usually put inside of a king cake for Mardi Gras. So he's right there. And I'm going to show you all the supplies that I used to put this together. Okay, so this is the jester. And he is going to have this glued into his hands. And I probably picked these up at one of the dollar stores, and they had different necklaces and stuff that you can get. These actually have the little crowns on them. Hopefully you can see them. And I know I Googled these. I'm not sure what company I got them from, but they have the little faces on them. And they have the crown on the back. So there's 3 different colors. And here's the little miniature baby. So what I've already done is I have cut up some of this purple mesh, and I'll just move all this over. And what I did was I rolled it out and I measured it all the way to 10 inches. And then I cut them all up, and they're going to be rolled is what's going to happen. And I'm going to show you how I'm doing the green and the gold. So this is the same green that I used for my green wreath that I showed just before that I made for St. Patrick's Day. Now, you're going to want the rolls, and you're going to need 18 of them. It would be good if I open this up for the blade. So I've done 18 purple, so now I have to do 18 green. And this one stays quite flat, but remember, this is the one with a lot of glitter. If you don't like the real glittery ones, you can get the regular kind. I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me do all of this. I'll show you how I do. This is the gold color. And you do the same thing with this. And you're going to need 18 of these. And if you find that you don't want your wreath as full, or you want it more full, you can easily adjust it for your own liking. And if you wanted to cut these rolls in half and have them shorter, you can do that too. Don't be afraid to adjust it to your liking. Now this one came so puffy, this will not fit between my 2 doors. This will have to be hung on one of the walls or one of the doors in my home. And what I will do is I'm going to gather each one of these, tie them, and put them on a chenille stem together. And I'll be alternating the 3 colors for each one. So I'm going to finish up cutting all of this up, and then I'll come back when I'm ready to show you how I'm tying it all up. Okay guys, I'm going to show you, because some people won't know on cutting all of this up what I mean, so I want to make sure everybody understands how you cut it. This one's easy because it lays flat. Just make sure you go 10 inches up and you cut them. I've already cut all of the purple and I've cut all of the gold. And then I'm going to alternate the colors when I'm putting them together on the wreath. And don't think these have to be perfect. They don't have to. It's going on a wreath. Nobody's going to know if you have complete straight lines or not. The only difference is if you have crooked lines, you might run out of your mesh faster. You kind of want to stay as straight as you can. Number 9. I'm halfway there. And if you run out of a certain mesh, don't be afraid to fill it in with something else. And you can also use yellow if you don't have gold. Mine has a couple pieces of yellow in it because I had it left over from another project. Remember, if you don't like glitter, don't use this one. This I probably got on sale at Christmas time when they were clearancing stuff out at the end. I think I have 3 more to go. I have rolls all over the place. Now these are really the big rolls. These are not like your small Dollar Tree. I don't know what size they are. They might be 10 inches. I think this one is 21. I think I lost track of how many I need, but I'm almost done with the whole roll. So I'm just going to use it all up. There's only a little bit left, so and I can always add to it later on a couple of the other colors too that I need. Like I said, if you run short, don't be afraid to substitute. Or you don't even have to do 18 if you didn't want to. That one's a little too long. That's a little bit long. We can just cut this one probably right almost in half and use this at the end. You don't want something that's too overwhelming. And I'll keep all the green right here all together. Okay, so you know I'm using a normal Dollar Tree wreath, and I actually have, these are silver, and it's not going to matter what color you're going to use because it's going to be covered with everything for this wreath. Now, I would suggest just using 2 sets where normally I use 3. No, because I cut 18, so you're going to want to do 3 different loops. And I do the one right here. I put 2 together here. I put 1 in the center one, and just keep it loose enough so you can move it around. And then this one is going to go on the middle. So you have the outer, the middle, and this is, I mean, the center, however you want to word it. Now, as you know, I try not to take too much time. I don't like to talk a lot through my videos. I prefer to show you what's going on. And these, I just fold this like this. And you just go all the way around and get this all done. It doesn't take long. And you just got to remember that when you're changing the different colors that you're using, like I'm going to start with the purple and then go to the gold and then the green, and then the next one I'll start with the gold and then the green and then the purple. Just keep alternating between the three colors, so this way it doesn't all look the same color, and that's how you get that kind of Mardi Gras color, or they call it like a carnival color. And just keep working on your projects. One thing that this YouTube channel has done for me is got me started with using a lot of the products that I have, and I've gotten some orders for some of the products that I make, and people have said, you know, they like to buy certain things, so I will be glad to sell some of them. And like the gesture that I have for this wreath, I think I got it at Christmas tree shops at Christmas time. I don't know if it was a year or two ago. You can use any kind of figure that you would like. And there's masks out there. I know the dollar store has different kind of things. There's different necklaces. And don't go big and expensive. There's no reason to. You don't have to get the best of everything. If you can afford it, that's great. If you can't, use whatever you can. Go within your means and just make sure you're happy with it. Or if you're giving it as a gift, make sure you're happy to give it as a gift and say, hey, that's something I would want to get in return or as a gift. You'll know if it's a good gift when you give it and people are like, oh, I really love it, or it's like, oh, okay. So you'll know if they like it, and if they don't like it, ask them, you know, is it something you want me to do differently with it, or different colors, no matter what the gift is. I've always been taught, be grateful for what you've been given. And that's not how the world is today. I was raised in an old Polish home. My parents just taught me, just be grateful. And don't look for too much, because then you're never disappointed. 2 left to go. And as you can see, once you cut everything up, it doesn't take much time to get it all together. And one good thing with doing the loops like this, or the tubes, whatever you want to call them, is that you don't have to worry about having a starting point like you do when you have to wrap, because otherwise you'd have to start at someplace like here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and I have my clips here somewhere. I have clipper clothespins, and you can do these all at once if you need it to. Oh, we're all falling here. You can just roll these all up, and hopefully you're getting all of this. I tried to aim the camera properly. So once you roll this, fold it in half, like this, and put the clipper clothespin on it. And just set that on the side. Now we're going to do a gold one. Yeah, just fold it right in half and clip it right there. Just make sure you get that end or it's going to start unraveling. And the next one's going to be a green one. Now, the green one isn't really a tube type one. It is a little bit stiff, but it is flat. So you're going to open it up a little bit, almost like a fan fold if you had to, if you don't like the way it's coming out. So we're going to do, I'm going to undo the purple one. Now make sure this part right here, which is the very end of it, is inside. So this way you'll be able to put it downward. And then we're going to do the green one. Yeah, you don't want that fold being up on the top. You want that to be right on the bottom. So what you're going to do is you're going to flip it right around. And I usually start on the middle, but this time I'm going to start on the outside. And what you're going to do is you're going to take these, and don't worry about fluffing them all up right now. Get everything done all at once. And you're just going to tie these real tight because there's 3 of them. And then you'll be able to open them up as you go along. Make sure you fold it in half and then just clip it. And if you really wanted to, you could take a bunch of clipper clothespins and do this all at once if you really wanted to. But it is your choice. And it's your choice how tight you want to put these. And I think I could just take it like this and just put the clipper in the middle. And that noise was my dog underneath me again. He has to be right against me. He's my buddy. Okay, now this is the 3rd one. And this is going to go on. You can just grab it like that. Once you're used to doing all this kind of stuff, it's not too bad. And this is going to be quite a massive wreath. And I do leave the chenille stems on. I do twist them around. I don't waste anything. Going to be quite a wreath. The next one is the green one. And just fold it right in half so you make sure when you put the clipper clothespin, they're all at least going to be in the same area. Now what you want to do is, again, that open side, that last flap is on the bottom. And once I get this part done, I will continue doing this, and then I will bring you back and I will show you how it came out. And because I don't want to bore you. Some people just don't want to sit here through every little thing. Others don't mind. But then I will have it all ready, and then we can decorate it, and we're good to go. And just make sure your colors kind of alternate. You don't want them all the same color, all the same way, but you'll be able to arrange it as you're going along or at the end when you're done. Okay, that's how it's going to be for now. We'll probably tighten them up a little bit more, and they'll probably be pushed more together. This is really pretty big, and if you didn't want it this big, you can cut these in half, and you won't have to have as much work to do with these. You would just have half of them. So I'll bring you back in a couple minutes as soon as I get this done. Okay guys, I keep working this wreath and it's looking worse and worse. This is when it's almost completed. It is just too big. So what I'm going to go back and do is take everything apart. I'm going to cut each one of the rolls in half, and I'm going to put them on the wreath form, and then I'll bring you back and show you what it looks like. because this definitely, I would not be able to put everything inside, and this would just be too massive. You definitely couldn't put it on your doors, unless you put it on an outside or an inside door. You just couldn't be between the doors, or you'd have to put it on one of your walls or someplace in a hallway, maybe. But I'll bring you back. I've changed my mind, and it's okay to change your mind. If it's not something you like, it's best you don't keep working on it. So give me a couple minutes and I'll come right back. Okay guys, I'm going to show you what I did. I'm actually going to take, and I cut them right in half. They were this way, and I just went right down the middle and cut them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll all of these first, and then it will go faster this way, and just use the clipper clothespins for each one of them. I have a whole bunch of clipper clothespins, but I also have clips that are like these. So you can use any kind that you have. Yeah, it definitely was getting way too big, and you're definitely not going to be able to fit any kind of decoration on it. It'll just get lost in all of this. Now this is 21 inches long, so it's probably now 10 by 11 and a half. So it was 10 inches long, and then when I cut these big long ones in half, because it is a 21 inch long mesh. And what I'm doing is I'm just taking all of these off, and some of them will still hold their form. And now I have enough for 2 wreaths, so I don't have to cut it again. And just put it here, measure it. It goes probably 20 to 21 inches someplace in there. Go like at a 10 and a half. And these you don't even have to unroll. This one stays pretty flat. Just remember, it's okay to change your mind. Put these over here. And if you put them in 3 piles, this way they're already all rolled up, and you just grab them and you can do your wreath. It'll take you less time. Because I know there's a lot of people out there who work and everything else, and you don't always have the time to do this stuff. And later on, if you need to make these more puffier or unroll them a little, you can do that once you have them on your wreath. And I kept looking at it, and I'm like, this doesn't look right. I don't like this. So that's why I immediately went and decided to cut it. Just you have to undo your wreath now, and it's okay to do it that way. Or you know what? I can just clip it. I roll it once and clip it twice. The hardest part is trying to figure out how you twisted it on. I'm just going to take all of these off first, and then I can cut them and get them out of my way. And if you feel you wanted to do all purple, then all gold, then all green, you can do it that way too. You don't have to mix the colors like that. You can do the outside ring, and then the inside ring, and the middle ring. You can do all of that differently too if you wanted to. You don't have to necessarily do it the way I'm doing it. You don't have to add the coins in the necklace. You can get Mardi Gras masks, which are really nice to get. I saw them at the dollar stores. And even if you have some old necklaces that you were at some party, or even any of the decorations you get for New Year's would work for something like this too, because it is a celebration. And all of us make mistakes, so this wasn't one of my better kind of things to do, but I thought it would work because it was longer. I must have used the smaller type spool items. I'm not sure what I actually used, but it's okay. Okay, and I'll cut another bunch here. Now, if you don't have the plastic clipper clothespins or the other kind of clippers that I have, you can just use your regular ones that you hang your clothes with. But the clipper ones are better than the ones that don't have the clipper inside. The other ones that you just push on the line definitely are not going to be good for this. Maybe I'm better just to cut it in half. And some of them I'm rolling and putting 2 clipper clothespins, and others I'm rolling separately, so it's whatever you're comfortable with, whatever you need to do. Now just remember, you're still going to need 18, but in this stuff you're only going to need, the ones that I made, you're only going to need about 9, because we had 9 long ones, so we just cut them in half, and that's how we got our 18 of each color. Okay, I'm going to get started. Let's see how it looks now when I do the 3 colors. So we're going to do purple, gold, and then green to start with. I'm going to start on, I guess, the outside. And just, if you want, you can fold it and pull it tight. And as you can see, this is probably going to look much, much better. And now we do the gold, a green, and then a purple. And you can tell how fast this goes. And now I'm going to do the, we'll do all the outside first, I guess. And you can do the 3 in a row. You can go all the way around, whatever you feel like you want to do. And as you can tell, you have, this one has the purple on the top, this has the gold, and this is going to have the green on the top. And it definitely is a lot easier to manage. And remember, these folds that are right here, put them at the bottom. So this way, if they do start unraveling, you don't notice them. I'm quite amazed at some of the videos I watch. And it gets a little tough because people will sit there and cut all their mesh and do all the chenille stems, and then they have to take a drink and they have to eat, and they're trying to talk at the same time. And my thing is, I want to show you what I'm doing and get it done. I don't want to spend all night boring you. So, you know, if you have an idea and you want to see a different color wreath, let me know. Or if a different kind of shape. I have a seashell wreath that I'm going to be doing. I have one that I made in my bathroom. It's beautiful. I'm going to be doing the pet one. And then we're going to work into Easter. And now, as you can see, it looks a little bit thinner, but it's okay. I've done a whole entire 6 of these right now. And then what I'll do is, once I get it all done, I will open up some of these loops to fill out everything. And as you can tell, these Chanel stems, because they're the glitter ones, you can pull them real tight. I guess they have a better wire in them. And if you have spots that are like right here and you need to add more, don't be afraid to do that. And I'm going to keep working on these. Cut some more. And I'm not sure how to stop it from fraying. Some people say you can use a hot iron like you would use for soldering. I am not into that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of not worried about it fraying. I did a wreath one time and it was a fall wreath, and a friend of mine said, I thought that was part of the decor. Thought that's what you wanted it to look like. And I'm like, ah, no, it's fraying. And she's like, no, no, it looks pretty. And it did. So I don't worry about it. I try to please my customers. If people want to buy some of my things that I make and anything on the videos, pretty much I have extra stuff, so I can make more than one. Except for something like this, I only have 2 jesters left. So I have the one for this wreath and one more jester for a second wreath that I can make to give or to sell. I'm going to do all the gold ones first. I only have to cut 3 of these. If you have any ideas or suggestions, leave them in the comments below or email me at momscubby@aol.com. If you want to send anything to me, you can send it off to my P.O. box, which is listed below. And if you do mail me something, just message me and let me know that it's coming so I can get off to my P.O. box and pick it up. And if it's not even, it's okay. You can tell some of these look like they're kind of sticking out. And that's basically the way my Mardi Gras wreath looks. And this has been a great blessing and amazing that I'm doing all kinds of crafts now. I have all kinds of supplies. I have 2 rooms filled with all kinds of crafting items. And I kept saying, someday I'm going to do it when the kids are older. I was always so busy with homeschooling for 20 years, and by the time I raised the kids and taught them and they graduated, time flew by. So now I have the time to do some of this, and I'm enjoying it. It's time for me. All the kids are grown and have graduated, and they have their own lives. And I will be doing some of the cross forms too. I got a case of the metal cross forms, so they should come out really pretty for the cemetery as gifts. They would be great even in the nursing homes or the hospitals, to put them on the walls. I don't think I'd put them on the doors because they may get ruined, especially with mesh. You don't want it to get caught on anything, but it would be nice to put them in the rooms, especially for the elderly. I've worked in nursing homes, and I know how they like to get different gifts, and they like to celebrate different holidays, but they like their rooms decorated special. And I know the homes try to celebrate each holiday for the people that are in nursing homes and rehab centers, so a little bit of brightening their day. And if you have a priest friend, they may like something like that too, one of the crosses that's done in the mesh. And I don't think I'm going to do it all in rolls. I think some of them I'm going to do just going all the way around with the full mesh. I'm going to try one way, and then I'm going to try it the same way I'm doing this. I think the smaller ones are going to be better, the smaller rolls. So if you have big rolls, you can cut them in half like I just did tonight. Go 10 by 10 and a half. And as you can see, it's not taking very long for me to do all of this. These really don't even need to be rolled. I'll just tag them in because they're holding their form. I feel like I'm here with the olden days when my mom used to do the clothesline. I used to stand there and hand her the clothespins. Okay, we have these 3 left that have to be cut yet. Don't be afraid to do what I had to do. Start over. You'll be okay. Because it really started to look too stupid when it was too big, and just not something that I would want to receive as a gift or even hang it in the house. It looked too wiry, or it reminded me of the olden days when you had those crazy foam curlers. Okay, we got all those done. Now we're going to do the next layer. And I don't know where we started before, but it's okay. We'll start this one with the green. I try to alternate the colors even in the rows. Green, purple, and gold. And if you go to any yard sales, church sales, bazaars, pick up stuff that you know you're going to use, and you're going to turn around and have a stockpile of stuff. And that's what I did. And I've said this before in my videos, I have bins of stuff at my house. And I'm just going to go right here so I'm getting all of them done in the same row. I go to these sales, or if people have stuff, they send it to my house and say, here, take this and do whatever you can with it. And so what I have done is have a bin for every holiday. Of course, Christmas has a lot, and I have more than one bin for Christmas. I have a bin with loads of seashells, which was a nice thing because I love to do things with seashells. My bathroom has a beach theme to it, and so I have a bin just loaded with seashells. And when I find them on sale, I either go to the Christmas tree shop, or AC Moore had a really good sale one time, and they were dirt cheap. They were clearancing a whole bunch of stuff out, and I picked them up. So make sure you can stockpile. It's cheaper. And as you see, I have stuff that I have purchased like within the last year or two that I'm using now. And you don't always have the money or the time. You either have the money or you have the time. You never seem to have both in this day of age. And don't be afraid to get your kids involved in projects. This is my kind of peace of mind here, that I enjoy doing this kind of stuff. I have my tail with me. He's always with me, this dog. And he won't go with the kids. So when I'm doing crafting, you might hear him moving around. And he usually doesn't bark unless he hears another dog or somebody opens the door. But he's very protective of me, and he's my crafting buddy. And he also has saved me numerous times when I've woken up and I've had a spike in my blood pressure. So animals do have a lot of instincts, and they're there for us. And hopefully I can get this done before my camera battery runs out. I really need to purchase another battery. And as you can tell, it definitely is a lot smaller than what we were originally dealing with. And I'm alternating again, so this one starts with gold, so the next one would be a green one, purple, and then gold. And as you can tell how fast this is going, because I roll them all and I have them all clipped. So I think that's the way I'm going to go anymore, is to get this all done. And it not only saves time for you to watch this stuff, it also saves me time when I'm putting it together. This way the process is all done of cutting. And I did get all these clippers and these clothespins on sale too. And I kept saying, these would be good for crafting projects. They're almost like clamps. When people are doing other projects, either clamps or paper clips. Paper clips would squash these, and the clamps probably would ruin a lot of the material. So these are just right for me. So if you are making these kind of wreaths, now you know how to use all your clippers and get everything done a lot faster. Just don't make the same mistake I did and make it such a giant wreath that it's going to look stupid or just not going to be able to decorate it properly. I'm very satisfied with this now, as opposed to the way it could have been. I might have an extra couple there. And I know I wired the jester in. I call him a jester. Like I said, I don't know whether you want to call him an elf or jester or anything like that. That's up to you. Okay. Oh, we have a couple more here. Okay, now this didn't take very long, even though I had to redo some stuff. I think I have one on here I still have to. Yep. Like I've said many times, make sure it's what you like. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks. Make sure the design is yours and that you'll enjoy everything you do. Now, that looks an awful lot better. And you do have some of the fraying. And it's because I had to cut it so quickly. Plus, some of them I did cut with a scissor, which was not advisable, but we got through it. Now, let me find... this jester, and I suggest you don't cut off his little tag. Now, these jesters were actually $10 each, so I'm not sure exactly. I thought I bought them up at Christmas Tree Shop, and as you can tell, he's going to fit in here perfectly. And I'm going to hot glue some of the coins on the necklace, and I'm going to put his little saxophone in here, and he is movable, so if you don't want him in a certain position. So I'm going to get that done, and I'm also going to twist all of these little Chanel stems, and then I'll come right back and show you what I did. Okay guys, I'm actually putting a gold wire around the jester's head, and I'm going to just wire him to the wreath. And as you can see, I did all the little twisty ties here. And just pick a spot and stick them to it. Probably going to want to take and put it right at the bottom rung closest to the middle, and just wire them in there. And you can adjust them later on, and then you can hot glue the stuff in, including his feet. And as you can see, it's not perfect, but you can adjust it to your liking. And make sure you put the wire in the right spot for also hanging your wreath. It should be right above where you put your little guy. And when he's on the door, you can adjust him then too, or wherever you're going to hang him. And there he is, just sitting in there. Now he sits in there pretty good. Now we just have to get his saxophone up the way we want it. Let me take the little loop off. I guess it must have been a necklace or something at one time. Either that or it was a bracelet. It has this little loop on it I have to take off. I'm just going to hot glue it in. Let's see. Okay, we had it. You want to bring it up close enough so it looks like he's going to be playing it careful. The hot glue is really hot. We're just going to let it sit there for now and let the hot glue dry. And then I can adjust it in his other hand. There we go. Now, sometimes hot glues don't work like we want them to. Alright, we'll adjust that. And here's your little baby, so you have to find a spot you want to put it in. And I think we're going to put them right in here. Maybe in the green one. And again, if you are looking for a great hot glue gun, you can go up to Harbor Freight if you have one close by. They are pretty reasonable up there. And in this necklace, you can actually pull it apart if you really want to. It has a little cap on it. Hopefully you're seeing what I'm doing here. I'm going to just readjust my camera so you can see everything. Hopefully you're seeing it all. I just pop that right back in. It's a lot easier. And you're going to hot glue your necklace in whatever spot you need to keep it secure. You don't need too much because it's not going to be moving around. Just secure it in wherever so it looks good. Okay, and you're going to take your coins and just decorate them wherever you feel. Now, there's two sides. There's ones with the faces on them, and then the ones with the crown. I think we're going to go with the just alternating them. And again, you're going to want to lay it flat back down. And don't put the same color on the same color coin on the same color mesh. Just alternate it. And you can flip the coins over for whatever way you want to do it. I think I have 12 coins total. And if you want to add more coins, you can do that too. I'm telling you not to do something. I go and I put a gold coin right on a purple, or a purple on a purple. I'll just move this over. I can put a gold coin down the bottom on top of the purple there. Sometimes my mouth and my brain aren't functioning together. How about you? I'm sure it happens to everybody. You don't want to get burned by this stuff. This is one of those wicked kind of hot glue guns. was hot. Definitely too hot. Okay, so I'm going to give it a color to put over here. And I think we're good to go. So hopefully you like this wreath and you will like the video and like enough to share it with your friends and your family. And please hit the subscribe button. Eventually I would like my channel to become monetized, and I need 1,000 subscribers to do it. So I would appreciate it if you would do that. And don't be afraid to cut some of these frays away. It's mainly because I think I use the scissors, just trying to hurry up so I can get this done to show you before Mardi Gras comes this Tuesday. So I want to say thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the wreath that I made tonight. And I will see you on my next video.